Hello, it's Michael here at the Village Optician, and today I just wanted to talk to you about my top 3 favourite varifocals, which, it could be quite sad that I've actually got favourite varifocals, but, you know, I do this all day, every day, so I'm going to have favourite lenses, both for me to wear and to recommend to my patients and clients, okay, because I know what vision that they can give people, you know, because from my own experiences. So before we get into that, let's just have a little recap on what a varifocal actually is, what it does, and why there are differences in them, and then hence why I've got favourite varifocals. Okay, so first of all, a varifocal gradually changes its power from the top of the lens through the lens down into the reading power at the bottom. Okay, so you've got every sort of distance in front of you should have a clear point. So you're going to have close reading vision, you're going to have kind of in the middle of the lens, you've got what we would term as intermediate, which is more like desk and computer sort of level, and then the very top you're going to have far distance. So you might be wondering why there's differences in varifocals. Why isn't there just a varifocal? But unfortunately there's not. There are thousands of the things because they've been around for a long time, and the manufacturers are going to research and develop and produce new lenses as time goes by. Now, it's all about the design of the lens, okay? That's the important part here, the design of the varifocal. So what do I mean by that? Well, a lens in physics says a lens has a fixed curve on that lens for a certain type of material, and that has a fixed power. That is a law of physics. So, but in a varifocal, we're changing the power down the lens, which means we need to change that curve down the lens to change the power. Now, physics says, no, you can't do that. You've just made a right mess. So what you've done is created a blur and distortion. So the design of the lens is how well have they dealt with that blur and distortion. Now, all varifocals will push the blur and distortion to the sides, okay? And you get kind of this like classic hourglass kind of shape in terms of clear vision. You get almost like this little corridor in the middle of clear vision. So the design, as I said, is how well have they dealt with that. So a fairly poor varifocal design will have a narrow sort of area of clear vision and more distortion and blur at the sides, and in particular what we call swim and sway, which is down here. So when you sort of look from side to side, the world will kind of do this, okay? And a good varifocal design will push out the distortion and the blur and will maximize the areas of clear vision that you have and minimize that distortion and that sort of swim and sway. Now, even very, very, very top of the range, high-end, well-designed varifocals will have some distortion. They will have, as I say, this little bit of sort of blur, possibly a little bit of distortion down here. Now, as I said, I'm in a very lucky position that I get to try loads of different varifocals, and the 3 that I'm going to talk about today are lenses that I will pay my own money to buy. Okay, they're that good. All right, so first of all, Caledonian Optical. Caledonian Optical, based in Aberdeen, and this is their top of the range varifocal called the Arc Steady. Now, it's a fantastic lens, okay? I have to say it is actually our best seller because it is such good value for money, okay? It is a lens that is based on IoT technology. Now, IoT is a research and development company in Europe, I do believe, and they invest millions of euros into lens design and technology. They will create the designs and then they will license them to different manufacturers. Now, Caledonian takes that design and they do their magic to it and produce a really high quality lens, you know. So it is a fantastic lens. As I say, it's in fact our best seller because it's such good value for money. And my Arc Steadies, very, very good, you know, really good quality, solid lens this. It takes me a couple of hours to get used to an Arc Steady. Okay, I'm more aware of a little bit more swim and sway in an Arc Steady. But as I say, but that, you know, for the price that they are, it's fantastic, a fantastic lens. Okay, so that's my first favorites. Okay, second is these ones, and this is a pair of my OptiSwiss Now these are a bit of a mouthful. These are OptiSwiss B40 Plus S Fusion Easy design lenses. Okay, now these are brilliant as well, absolutely brilliant. A little bit more premium than the Caledonian lenses. Okay, again, this is like one of the top of the range OptiSwiss lenses. Now OptiSwiss, as you may guess from the name, they are designed and made in Switzerland. Now OptiSwiss is like the powerhouse of lens research and development design in Europe. They really are top of the tree for that. So these designs are absolutely exceptional. And again, the difference I feel in these, getting used to an OptiSwiss lens takes me approximately 10 minutes. Okay, less distortion in these ones, less swim and sway, clearer and sharp areas of vision all around me. So these are absolutely wonderful. Now these are particularly good for my prescription. Okay, and that's something that your optometrist should be able to help you out with. They should be able to recommend you varifocals based on your prescription and your prescription needs. Okay, because not every varifocal is going to be suited to each prescription. All right, that's something to bear in mind. Rather than just selling you one generic lens, your optometrist should be able to recommend lenses specifically designed for your prescription. Okay, now I have high astigmatism, and these are wonderful for that. They minimize that distortion due to astigmatism. It's absolutely phenomenal how good these are. Okay, so this is my second favorite sort of set of lenses. Okay, let me show you the last ones. I'll show you can't actually see the difference. Now these are Tokai. Okay, now Tokai, these are Tokai Easy ones, which isn't the best name for a varifocal lens, let's be honest, but they're Japanese. And if there's one thing the Japanese are, they're very direct and straightforward with things. And to be fair, they are easy to get on with. They are the easy ones. They're very, very easy to get on with. It takes me a minute or two to get used to Tokai Easy One lenses whenever my prescription changes. Again, even less distortion in these. Now, Tokai are absolutely amazing at producing lenses with minimal distortion, because unfortunately the Japanese population, they have quite high prescriptions, some of them, so they specialize in thin lens design and how can they minimize distortion in higher powers, because a higher powered lens is always going to have more distortion than a lower powered lens. Okay, and they manage to do it amazingly well. I mean, again, there's like no swim and sway in these. Everything down here is flat. The world doesn't do this at all. And the area of clear vision is unbelievable. How wide and clear these actually are. So bearing in mind, these are all basically top of the range lenses from 3 different manufacturers, and these have to be my sort of 3 favorite varifocals. Okay, there's good reasons for all of them. Like I say, the Caledonian, in that price bracket, that is like the best lens available. The OptiSwiss, again, more of a premium product. The sort of heritage, the pedigree of that sort of European leader of lens design in there is just phenomenal. And again, you can really tell that they're just really, really, really good lenses. But the Tokai, as I say, the Tokais are pretty amazing. Now, these actually are developed using neuroscience. You see, that's easy for me to say. So they actually will stick electrodes on people's heads and work out what works for the lens, what doesn't work in a lens, and they will incorporate those results from their trials into the lens design. So they don't even sort of have to really ask people if it's good or not. They know from the neuroscience aspect. So they're really clever lenses. And again, with the Tokai, again with the Caledonian lenses, there's certain lenses that Tokai do which are better for people who are long-sighted, and there's certain lens designs that they do which are better for people who are short-sighted. So again, your optometrist should be able to recommend lenses that actually suit your prescription best. Okay, and as I say, these are 3 premium lens products, all amazing, all brilliant, and they are my top 3 favorite varifocals, which they're brilliant. Okay, so I hope that helps you to decide on what you want for your varifocals, and no doubt I will speak to you soon. Bye.